Hey, all right, everybody, how's it going? Now, I got the SMMT data here in front of me. Now, if you're the type of person who is scared of electric cars or fears electric cars or can't stand the change to electric cars, then this is not the video for you. Don't watch it because it'll only upset you. Go and watch, the other people who slate EVs. Go and watch them. That'll make you feel warm and fuzzy. Don't watch my video because it'll only make you have sleepless nights. Okay? Now, that being said, with a disclaimer out the way and the warning for all you people who hate EVs, let's have a look if the sale of EVs is still up, not down, not in the middle, up. Okay? So let's get to it. Let's just get right into the meat and potatoes. BEV sales for August 2024 in the UK are up by 10.8%. Now, I know, even though I've warned the people who hate EVs, they're still going to comment that it's fleet sales and this, that and the other and blah, blah, blah. Look, I hear it every month. I don't care. Right, so BEV sales up 19,113 sales for 2024 versus 17,243 for 2023 August last year. Now, the market share 2024 for August for BEVs is 22.6%. So that's sort of hitting the 22% that the government was talking about. But that doesn't mean it's 22% because we know it's all a bit weird, these things, isn't it? Now, I did say in a couple of videos gone by of these SMMT data things that I can see a trend happening where petrol, well, first let's talk about diesel first of all. Diesel sales, they only sold 5,165 diesel cars in August 2024. Now, I'm quite surprised they sold that many diesels. I mean, I'm always buying diesel. Always buying diesel. It must be these people who drive 900 miles without stopping for a pee break, and they're towing a caravan. And they don't stop for food or nothing. They just drive for hours and hours on end. That's the people who buy diesels. I'm assuming, I don't know, because it's always, no, look, I'm just generalising by here. I'm not trying to demonise people who drive diesel cars, but the comments I get from people who hate EVs tend to have diesel cars. I'm just saying, not everybody, I'm just generalising, okay? Not everybody. Some people have diesel cars and they don't hate EVs, but there are a group of people. There's sort of a clan of diesel people who seem to hate EVs more than anybody. And that's just my experience and the comments I get. And they seem to be the ones fixated on range. They seem to be the ones who seem to be fixated where they've got to drive non-stop without stopping. I don't understand that concept myself. I like to stop. I enjoy stopping. I wouldn't enjoy just driving and driving and driving constantly. I wouldn't enjoy it. I'd prefer to stop. Most people would prefer to stop. If you want to go to the toilet, stop and go to the toilet. If you want to stop and have something to eat, stop and have something to eat. It's not, look, there's no crime in stopping. It's okay to stop. You should have a hashtag okay to stop on your t-shirt or something. I don't know. Anyway, look, I've gone right off. I've gone on a right old waffle there, haven't I? Right, okay, what was I saying? Diesel sales, they're right down. They're down in the dungeon. They're getting lower and lower. So eventually they will peter out. It's going to be very hard to buy second-hand diesel cars in the future going forward. Now, petrol sales are down. I think this is either the third or fourth month in a row. So that's the trend happening now, is pure petrol cars. That's starting to fall now. That is starting to fall. Now, look, I know people in the comment section are going to say that certain petrol cars have been taken off the market. I know that. I know all this. I'm just giving you the numbers, okay? So, petrol sales, pure petrol sales, I'm going to see that trend continue to fall and fall and fall. And that's going to change to HEVs and FEVs. You can see it. You can see it happening in the numbers. Because actually, I've just spotted something by you, and I'm quite surprised. I just spotted something, and I'm very, very, very surprised That's what's happened by here. FEV sales for August 2024 are down. They're down 12.3%, which is, that's going against the trend. That trend is sort of, I don't know what's going on there. So petrol's down, diesel's down, FEVs are down, BEVs are up, and HEVs are up. Now HEVs are up 36.1%. So there's a lot of HEVs. You can see that the HEVs are taking the market share away from petrol. Still petrol cars, but they're HEVs. So that's what's happening on that bit there. If we go to year to date, I've waffled all through this video, so this video makes little sense. But year to date, the BEV sales market share is 17.2%. Now, market share at this time last year was 16.4%. So, even though people are saying the electric cars are over, they're not over, because the market share is actually up. Maybe up just a smidgery smooth, okay? Just a smidge. It might just be up a smidge, but it's still up. Up is up, and down is down. So you can't argue with that, can you? So BEV sales are actually up. So year to date, 2024, 213,544 BEVs have been sold or registered, hidden under the carpet, hidden in a shed at the back, whatever you want, whatever you think, okay? And by this time last year, it was 193,221. So electric battery BEV sales are up. You can't deny it. Petrol sales are down for the year, diesel sales are down for the year, FEVs are still up, and HEVs are still up. So there we go. So that's basically it, okay? That's enough of that. Now, another thing I wanted to mention, I think I've got it on here somewhere, so it's going to be a bit of a waffle. Where are we? Let's look at the here now. Let's have a look what I've put here. Now, here's a funny thing. I think I'll leave that to last. I'll leave this bit to last, because it was quite funny, I thought it was. And let's click on this, and there's a headline here, once I get rid of the cookies, and it says, it's from Euronews, and it says, no sign of slowdown of Chinese electric car sales despite global curbs. Now, it does go through this article quite a lot, saying that, a lot of the Chinese manufacturers' sales, they're all still up. They're all going up in Europe. And it says they have bunged in plug-in hybrids in here as well. And if we talk about BYD, this hybrid sales are up 48%, and their battery electric vehicle sales have increased by 12%. But it all goes through that it's new energy vehicles are surging 30% year on year. That's with BYD. And there's other companies in here as well. It says XPeng delivered 14,000 EVs during the same month, up 2.5% from the previous year. So all these articles saying that, look, unfortunately, if you do hate electric vehicles, they're not over, they're not going anywhere. There's a massive fan base for EVs now. Most people who buy EVs will buy a second EV or a third EV further on down the line. And that's just the way it is. EVs are here to stay. That's it. So another thing that popped up on Facebook was this story about electric and petrol versions of the Vauxhall New Frontiera cost the same, starting from £23,495. Now, in the past, people who didn't like EVs said they cost too much. I'm not going to buy one because they cost too much. Now that is price parity and they cost the same, they're still going to moan. I know they're going to moan, because I'm going to look in the comment section now and people are going to moan, because it doesn't matter if they become the same price or even if they become cheaper. People who hate EVs, it's hard for them to change their mindset. They're stuck in their ways. A lot of people, I've said this in the past, a lot of people fear EVs. They fear it. They fear the unknown. Once you get one and have one, it's okay, it's all fine. But a lot of people do, they're just afraid. They are afraid of it, they are. They're afraid of what they don't know. So they just shout about it on Facebook. So let's have a look then, right? So the Vauxhall Frontier is going to cost exactly the same whether you buy the petrol one or the BEV. Okay, so let's go into the comment section and let's have a look how many people do actually hate EVs. So Mohammed said, so in other words, buy the petrol one. Obviously doesn't like EVs. Let's quick look down here. Mark said, with the electric version, the range is about 1 mile. That's just stupidity, isn't it? Why make a stupid comment like that? Radovan said he'll pick the 1.2 petrol one. Morgan said, will it off-road like a Frontiera? Well, no, it won't off-road like a Frontiera. I had a Frontiera. I wouldn't say it was the best off-roading car in the world. Well, it wasn't the best car in the world by a long shot. But I did have the original Frontiera with a petrol engine. I think it was a 2-litre petrol engine, if I remember rightly. It was alright. It wasn't a bad car. Seating position was a bit funny because it was the car was up high, but the seat was down low like in a normal car, which was a bit weird because in most of these Jeep type things, the seat is up high. But in a Frontiera, it wasn't. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look a bit further down. Somebody else said they wanted the 1.2 petrol version. See, you know, Joe by here doesn't like EVs at all. Doesn't like EVs at all. EV dog shite. And he says, I mean, Vauxhalls were generally just dog shite, but an EV one is dog shite from a homeless dog that's been eating chappy. Toby did say that he's waiting for the haters to get upset over one of the mistruths about being busted about EVs. Christoph says the E version gets expensive at the end when the value near zero and the battery is fried. Come on, come on. Nobody in their right minds would buy a new Vauxhall. Wayne says, all well and good, but EVs won't be the main. There needs to be a mix of ICE, BEV and e-fuels. Was he copying? No, sorry. ICE, EV, BEV. He's put EV and BEV, which is the same thing, and e-fuels. But that's... I don't want to get a rant about e-fuels. I'm not going to get a rant about e-fuels. Let's have a look. Any more saying things about... more things about... gesture for the anti-EV Luddites. So funny. I think everyone... There's quite a lot in there. I can't get through it all. But there's still people, you know, hating electric cars, even when the prices become the same. So it didn't change anything. When it was more, they could moan about the price being more. Now it's the same price. They'll just moan even more. It makes them more unhappy because the price is the same. Anyway, I think this video has just been me ranting and waffling. So if you did like me ranting, waffling, going off subject, talking a load of nonsense, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!